Onion Knight is able to swap between quick melee strikes and casting devastating magic spells from afar, depending on his playstyle. Classified as the unique specialist, he possesses an ability to switch between multiple jobs. Turning into a ninja allows him to unleash even more devastating melee attacks, similar to an assassin. While changing into a sage gives him an opportunity to assail his foes with powerful spells, similar to a marksman. There are two different ways to change jobs as Onion Knight. Either attack an opponent enough times for it to happen automatically, or use his native EX skill, Job Change. If Onion Knight attacks a couple of times with physical attacks via his neutral ground or neutral air, he will turn into a ninja, while attacking with magical attacks via his backward ground or backward air will turn him into a sage. If his EX skill, Job Change, is used, he will turn into a ninja or sage at random, recovering 525 HP and 500 bravery in the process. If Job Change is used as a ninja, it will switch him to sage while also retaining the HP and bravery healing, and vice versa as a sage to ninja. Job Change has a duration of 2 seconds, during which he is invincible, while the cooldown before being able to use it again is 75 seconds. It's best to focus on the job that fills in the gap of the party. For example, if the party contains no marksman, it might be wise to focus more on sage. This doesn't mean to neglect ninja altogether, as the Job Change EX seal does grant free HP and bravery, so plan accordingly. Onion Knight possesses a mere 4 bravery attacks. 2 grounded and 2 airborne. Both ninja and sage have 6 available, 3 grounded and 3 airborne. All 3 jobs have access to the same dash attack, which doesn't actually assault the enemy. It sprints him quickly in the direction desired, which can be cancelled into any other bravery attack. Onion Knight's neutral ground and neutral air unleashes a flurry of strikes faster than the eye can follow, inflicting 416 total base damage. These attacks are used as a means to change into ninja and can lead into a wall rush. His backward ground casts an ice shard that pursues enemies, while his backward air casts a fireball. These attacks deal more base damage the further it travels, 300 at close range, 400 at mid range, and 500 at max range, so keeping your distance is key. These 2 attacks are mostly used as a means to turn into sage. Ninja's neutral ground and neutral air lunges in to unleash an even faster barrage of sword strikes than the Onion Knight versions, inflicting 560 total base damage. The attacks come out quickly and can lead into a wall rush. Forward ground spins his sword and jumps to gradually lift a foe higher into the air, dealing 560 total base damage. Used as an anti-air tool and can lead into a wall rush below. His backward ground spins his attack so fast that it creates a tornado, inflicting 560 total base damage. He has the ability to move the tornado freely, draw opponents in slightly, and create an opportunity for a wall rush. Ninja's forward air hucks a massive throwing star towards an opponent, inflicting 320 total base damage. This can lead into a wall rush, and being Ninja's only projectile, this is a great move to attack an opponent that is using a dangerous close proximity move, such as Furion's Vortex of Arms, or Y'shtola's Holy. Backward air quickly descends while somersaulting to attack a foe below, dealing 560 total base damage. This is a great tool for catching an opponent sidestepping and can lead into a wall rush. All of Sage's bravery attacks allow him to move while casting, compared to Onion Knight's stationary versions. Each spell increases in strength the further it travels, inflicting 300, 400, or 500 base damage accordingly. Neutral ground casts an ice shard, while neutral air casts a fireball, both which pursue foes. His fireballs are great for both hitting the summon core and the enemies around the summon core due to the explosion size. Sage's forward ground casts an orb of wind magic, while his forward air casts an orb of lightning bolts, both which slowly pursue foes. These spells are great as a distraction tool since they stay out for such a long period of time due to their sluggish speed. His backward ground casts a flare orb, while his backward air casts a holy orb, both that slowly move towards an enemy and eventually explodes. These attacks are amazing for destroying the summon core. The 2 HP attacks that Onion Knight could equip during the closed beta were Sword and Sorcery and Spirit Surge. Sword and Sorcery flashes his steel to deal 240 base bravery damage, then slings a spell to inflict HP damage. The range of his attack increases with charge time and is a great follow-up for a wall rush. Spirit Surge unleashes an explosion so massive that he reverts back to Onionite after its use. Used as a pressure relief tool, a good strategy is to wait for his native EX skill Job Change to be ready, use Spirit Surge, then use Job Change to stay off Onionite, while also reaping the benefits of the free HP and bravery recovered.